This month we're going to talk about severe weather. Severe weather comes from thunderstorms, and thunderstorms can produce lightning, hail, tornadoes, and flash floods. So what makes a thunderstorm turn severe? Well, if that thunderstorm has hail that's 1 inch or greater, and when I say 1 inch, that's usually around quarter size, or it could have winds that have a speed of over 58 miles per hour, or if that thunderstorm is producing tornadoes. Severe weather can hit any time of the day and really any time of the year, but they're most likely to occur in the afternoons, usually 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., and they're going to happen usually in the springtime, which is like March to May. These are the months when air masses from Canada and air masses from the Gulf Coast will clash together and cause that severe weather. When there's a threat of severe weather, you should go to an interior room on the ground floor. We do this because when destructive winds are moving through, they're going to usually remove the roof off the building first and then take the outer walls out. And if a tornado is what is causing this destructive wind, then the storm is going to move through pretty quickly, and more than likely it's not going to have time to reach that interior room. So what's the difference between a watch and a warning? Let's go over the differences. A watch is going to include a big area. It could be even several states at one time. A watch is going to last for several hours. It's usually issued when conditions are right for a storm to develop and severe storms are possible. So a warning is going to be for a smaller area, usually more like a county or maybe a few counties that are right there together. And it's usually only going to last about 30 minutes to an hour. And a warning is issued when storms are active, so that means that the forecasters think that severe weather is on the verge for that area that they're calling the warning for. Lightning is part of severe weather. So if you hear thunder, you're most likely within striking distance of the storm, and you need to get inside a safe building or a hard-topped vehicle. And you want to wait about 30 minutes after that last lightning or thunder before you go back outside. So you should plan ahead and don't get caught outside in a thunderstorm. Lightning is very unpredictable and it can strike up to 10 miles from any rainfall. When lightning is in the area, you want to avoid open areas. You want to stay away from tall or isolated trees or objects like ladders, large equipment, utility poles. And you want to avoid wiring or metal fences because they're a good conductor of lightning and it could travel for a long distance. And a vehicle with a metal roof provides good protection from lightning. So roll the window up, keep your arms, hands, legs in the vehicle, and wait that storm out. I've got a few lightning facts for you. The channel of air that lightning passes through is heated to about 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's hotter than the surface of the sun. The rapid heating and cooling of the air near that lightning channel is what causes a shock wave that we know as thunder. The energy from one lightning flash could light a 100-watt light bulb for more than 3 months. And many wildfires in western United States and Alaska are ignited by lightning. There were 17 lightning deaths in the United States in 2020. Hail is a form of severe weather. And hail is formed of solid precipitation that is usually in the form of balls or irregular lumps of ice. Hail can cause injury and damage to equipment, so you need to seek appropriate shelter if hail is in your area. And you can see in the pictures different hailstorms. This one is covering the ground, and this one is the aftermath of a hailstorm where it looks like there are holes all over the siding and it looks like it busted out windows. So I have some hail facts. The largest hailstone recovered in the United States fell in Vivian, South Dakota on June 23, 2010. It had a diameter of 8 inches and weighed 1 pound and 15 ounces. I would hate to be around where that fell. On average, there's around 24 people a year in the U.S. that are injured by hail. Hailstones can fall at speeds between 9 and 110 miles per hour. The larger the hailstone, the faster they fall. Another form of severe weather is tornadoes. You should listen and watch for alerts through mass media, sirens, or other public alert systems. If there is a warning in the area or a watch, you're going to want to listen to your local radio, the weather radio, social media, TV stations. They're going to give you that latest weather information. And if there is a warning in your area, you want to take cover. You're going to want to move to an underground shelter, a basement, safe room. If you can't move to one of those, you're going to want to go to a small windowless interior room on the lowest level. If you're outdoors when that tornado warning comes in, you want to try to make it to the closest sturdy shelter. You want to stay away from bridges and overpasses. You're safer to be in a low, flat location. And don't try to outrun that tornado in a vehicle. That's not a good idea. Winds can exceed 200 to 300 miles per hour. Tornadoes are violent and can completely destroy structures, uproot trees, and hurl objects through the air like deadly missiles. I have a few tornado facts. So not all tornadoes are easy to see. Tornadoes can be transparent until they start picking up dust and debris, mud, or have a cloud that forms inside their funnel. In 1931, a tornado in Mississippi lifted an 83-ton train and tossed it 80 feet from the tracks. A tornado in Oklahoma once destroyed a whole motel. People later found the motel sign in Arkansas. An EF3 tornado near Pampa, Texas was so strong that it drove a cornstalk through a car's radiator. Some cornstalks that were lifted by the tornado became encased in ice and pelted the countryside with corn hail. The American Red Cross has several different apps that you can put on your phone. I've talked about these before. So this one has a flood app and a tornado app here that's listed that would go along with our severe weather. And if you download the tornado app, that tornado app is free. It's going to have a siren that's going to go off when there's tornado warnings for your area. It's also going to give you an all clear alert when that warning expires. And you can click on this button right here that says I'm safe, and it's going to send out a notification through social media, text, or email to let your friends and family know that you're safe. You can also click on this alerts help. So if you are after a tornado has went through and you are trapped somewhere, you can hit that and it's going to have a strobe light, a flashlight, and an alarm that will go off so someone can find you. Another part of severe weather is flash flood. Flash floods usually are caused by slow-moving thunderstorms that occur within a few minutes or hours of excessive rainfall. Low water crossings are a high risk for flood areas. We have a few of those around us. There's one towards Protho, and there's one off Riverfront going towards the roundabout. You should never drive through moving water or a flooded roadway. And I have a few flood facts. Flash flooding is more deadly than tornadoes. Nationwide, flash flood is responsible for 80 fatalities a year. Tornadoes account for about 70 fatalities a year, so more than half of all flash flood deaths occur in automobiles. That's with people trying to drive through water, kind of like this truck is in the picture right here. I have a few Arkansas severe weather highlights. So Arkansas had 45 tornadoes counted in 2020. This was the most tornadoes since 2011. The strongest tornado of 2020 in Arkansas was an EF3 that had winds around 140 miles per hour. That tornado hit Jonesboro on March 28th of 2020. It tracked almost 13 miles and was the strongest tornado in the state since April of 2014. Earlier I said tornadoes typically happen in the spring months between March and May, but as you can see on this chart, they can happen in any month. There have been tornadoes recorded every month. This also has large outbreaks of tornadoes. So the largest outbreak that we've had was 56 tornadoes, and that was late afternoon, January 21st through early morning of January 22nd in 1999. I can tell you where I was when this tornado happened. I was at Walmart in Cabot with my brother and James, and we were shopping for a TV. When the sirens went off, they locked the doors. They made us all get in a central location and wait that storm out. And when we got to all clear, the sirens were off. They let us leave. That tornado that went over us actually hit BB and did a lot of damage. The largest hailstone ever reported in Arkansas was 5 inches in diameter. It was reported near Newark, Arkansas, that's in Independence County, and that was during that same tornado outbreak in January of '99. We've had hail similar to that size near Searcy in 2006 and in Johnson, Arkansas in May of 2020. If you have any questions or comments, you can stop by the lab and I'll try to answer them, or you can call me at extension 104.